into the room. American Forests is the oldest forest conservation nonprofit in America, founded in 1875, and we've helped plant more than 60 million trees just since 1990 alone in partnerships with government and private sector collaborators. It's really important to say that the U.S. is already making great headway on natural climate solutions, particularly through forests. U.S. forests and forest products currently capture and store almost 15% of our carbon emissions from fossil fuels every year and provide almost 3 million jobs. So this vision that's been described today of climate mitigation that also drives economic progress is really alive and well in America's forest sector. But we have a unique opportunity in America to drive even greater carbon mitigation gains and job creation and climate resilience through reforestation. And so I want to focus my remarks on the opportunities and the movement that's building in the United States around reforestation in particular. The great thing about reforestation from our perspective is it has a role for everyone. Companies, governments at all levels, community groups, churches, youth leaders, and more. It's literally an all hands-on-deck climate strategy that everyone can participate in, and that's the way that it's playing out here in the United States. So just a couple of examples of progress that I hope will give folks encouragement about collaboration with our country. We see the 25 states of the United States Climate Alliance developing ambitious new policies for natural and working lands, and including a major role for reforestation, both funding and policies that would advance reforestation on public lands and private lands alike. And we're part of a team of NGOs that's providing technical assistance to these efforts, and American Forest has pledged to help plant 10 million trees in Climate Alliance states. We also have equal momentum in cities where we have massive tree planting campaigns, million trees at a time in cities like New York and Nashville, and even whole metro regions like Miami-Dade County. And of particular interest to our organization, those urban tree planting efforts are being organized around the concept of tree equity, making sure that we're planting more trees in cities in underserved neighborhoods that are suffering most from heat risk and air pollution issues that are created by lack of tree cover in your neighborhood. That means we'll get climate justice along with climate action. Businesses are playing a huge role in the U.S. Our organization alone has more than 100 corporate partners, and seeing them playing an essential role in other civil society organizations, community groups, youth groups, and others. But yes, finally, the federal government is on board here in the United States, and there's movement afoot, and that includes new legislation, the Climate Stewardship Act, that would plant 16 billion trees in the United States by 2050 for climate action. And that includes 400 million trees planted in cities through that lens of tree equity for climate justice that I described earlier. This same legislation would also advance new jobs programs to help underserved youth find careers doing this work. And we see this as really promising evidence that there are real legislative proposals and even national level action that is emerging in this country to help feed into all of the other efforts at other levels that I've described. So we look forward to working with the other collaborators behind the Nature-Based Solutions Manifesto, and just appreciate all the fantastic work that's been described here today. Thank you very much.